Socks. For the better part of a century, they have kept our feet fresh, added accents to our style, kept us cozy, and kept our shoes from smelling like sweaty feet. In the current multiverse, some socks have come alive, formed communities, kept secret from their human hosts and counterparts. They exist in tight-knit, closed-lipped civilizations separated in cities or closets. The socks have built a great life for themselves, enjoying their time not covering their humans' feet in a thriving society built right here in Billy's room. But of course, as with all living things on this earth, there's always dangers and perils that inevitably befall those of us misfortunate enough to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. As humans, just about everyone can remember looking for their favorite pair of socks and found one of the socks missing. For some of us, that memory might not be so distant. Where did they go? You searched the laundry room, checked the whole route there, to and fro, yet no sock. They can't just disappear into thin air, right? This story is one of many that will reveal to you the shrouded hidden world inhabited by the random missing intimates, gloves, beanies, headbands, and of course socks, separated from their closet and cast into the dark nether regions, some never to be seen again. Our story begins with Bobby, a young sock who on one fateful laundry day is separated from the other socks in his closet and his match and brother, Jimmy. Bobby, having been through many laundry days, was used to the disorienting experience of the wash. But this day, where Bobby was usually tossed into a packed washing machine, this time, as his humans were playing a silly game, Bobby was in a group of clothes being tossed in half-heartedly by his distracted human. Where there was previously water, soap, and spinning, oh so much spinning, this time there was only fear. In her haste, the preoccupied human put a bit too much mustard on the toss, and Bobby found himself in a free fall into darkness. Gosh, what was that? Where am I? Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Is anybody there?
Lost in the complete darkness of his new surroundings, Bobby began to fear that he was all alone in this mysterious place. Until, in the distance, he could hear something. A faint voice through the abyss.
Hello?
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 Who's there? Is someone there?
Someone who's been here for far too long.
Where am I?
Well, my young boy, I'm afraid you've fallen into the void. This is where socks like us come to disappear. It's the place humans forget about. Sometimes when it's wash time, you get snagged or dropped. Eventually, a human sees you and returns you to the fold, right? But other times, when you're really unlucky, every once in a blue moon, you take a tumble and bam, into the void you go.
But I can't stay here. My match, my brother, Jimmy, he's still out there. He needs me.
That's what we all thought when we got here. Hope fades quick in this place, kid. Don't believe me? Just ask Lester. He was just an innocent but very smelly pair of dirty underwear when he got here. Now, he's an even more faded, dustier pair of dirty underwear. And between me and you, I think someone should put him out of his misery at this point.
I heard that.
Yeah, well, I smelled you. We even now?
Oh my gosh, can't be. Uncle Hank? Uncle Hank? What are you doing down here?
Bobby? Is it really you, kid? Bobby embraced his long-lost Uncle Hank, who was long believed to be dead, donated, or recycled by the rest of the closet after his mysterious disappearance years ago. While Bobby was overjoyed to be reunited with his long-lost uncle, he still found himself looking forward to seeing if he knew anything that could perhaps help them escape this dark wasteland and return to the closet they call home. Frank, Uncle Frank. He was my match, my other half. But he didn't survive what happened in Billy's room.
Billy? You mean the human?
Yeah, Billy. One day Frank got taken in there while the rest of us were out at the wash cycle. He came back different. He said he saw things no sock should ever see. Together with the rest of the socks from the drawer, we were able to pull together and over time help Frank start to recover from the trauma he faced that day. Slowly but surely, we started to see signs of the old Frank start to peek through the veil of melancholy that seemed to shroud Frank these days, however brief. Until another dark day. Frank again found himself straggling on wash day, and again, Billy grabbed him and closed the door. Much to the dismay of the rest of the closet, they were again trapped in the laundry cycle. We all feared Frank was enduring more trauma as his muffled screams faded in the distance. After the wash this time, Frank was even worse than before. Because of his mysterious stains and overall PTSD and mental health issues, Frank was eventually deemed unfit by the humans and tossed in the black box. The black box is where socks and other clothes go when it's time to pass on to the afterlife. When the human decides the time is right, most every sock will be tossed into the black box, so they can be judged by the great sock. If the great sock determines they've lived a good and fruitful life, the sock will get to spend eternity in sock heaven with all their loved ones lost long before. The tragedy that occurred that day left a dark cloud over the clothes of the closet. Although, in sock lore, we know that Frank is in the great beyond, where we all must go when our day comes. But not all stories end in tragedy. There was one sock who fought back, and his name was Travis the Great. With the story of Travis the Great, He was a stock hero whose actions have afforded him legendary status in the closet, as his leadership and strategy resulted in an operation thought to have saved the rest of the socks in the closet from facing the same fate as Frank. The spark of the operation began as Travis, technically Frank's uncle, saw Frank's condition after being locked in the room with Billy, and out of concern for his nephew and worry about what happened in the room that day happening to other socks, Travis began asking around to see if any other socks saw what took place in that room that day. Most socks didn't see much as it happened on laundry day. But after weeks of asking around, a shy young sock, Molly, came forward, saying she was on the floor in the room that day and witnessed what happened.
So Billy came home from school like he normally does and began playing on his little weird light box there like he does sometimes. Only this time, he started taking off his clothes, touching himself in strange areas. He was captivated by the images on that light box. Then suddenly, something weird happened. He had an 11th toe between his legs. He started massaging it vigorously, and all of a sudden...
Ooh, Molly, it's okay. You can stop there, I got it. And you know what else I got? I think I got a plan. That's right. Pull, socks. Pull. Pull, you're almost there. Almost got it. Yes. Good job, everybody. We did it.
So, Travis, you think this is gonna work?
Of course it'll work. It has to work.
Wow, that's a crazy story, Uncle Hank. If Travis could protect the others, maybe I can find a way out of here.
I admire your spirit, kid. But no one escapes the void.
There has to be a way.